Warriors! Jamie Dimon's at it again, letting the shareholders know that Fintech is here. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. Now, about 50% of you were able to finish my sentence who consistently watch the video. You have to listen to what I'm about to say. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And the reason why you were able to repeat the end of my sentence is because I repetitively say that at the beginning of every single video. To some of you, it's annoying, but that's what's been happening to you since you were an itty bitty baby. The minute you picked up an iPad or you were watching TV or cartoons when you were a kid, it's called predictive or preemptive programming. I always get it incorrectly. I think it's predictive programming, right? You see things incessantly and consistently, whether it's a billboard or whether it's a social media post, but they consistently feed stuff to you so that you think a certain way, okay? Now, I'm about to show you what Jamie Dimon's letter to his shareholders states. Now, then I'm going to show you what he says, then I'm going to show you what he's doing, and I'm going to show you what's happening, and I'm going to show you what I think is happening. Now, remember, if it's your first time on our YouTube channel, number one, you need to make sure you hit the notification button, like, subscribe, and comment. The reason why you need to hit the notification button and subscribe is we do 1 to 2 YouTube videos a day to inform you. Okay, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not the guy who's going to tell you technical. We have a technical analysis team. We have a Warrior Academy. It's all down in the description down below. But what I do is I give you the reality of what's happening within the economy. There's some great YouTubers out there that I recommend around technical analysis. One of them is DIY. He's fantastic. Blockchain Backer. Those are great for technical analysis. I am somebody who's breaking it down for you at a fundamental level based on my banking experience. Now, I do talk a lot about XRP. Now, why do I talk about XRP? Because I'm an ex-banker, went to executive banking school. I moved up to vice president at a bank. I left corporate America to start a Warrior Academy to teach people how to create freedom. Free your dome, okay? So I'm going to break this down for you. So the letter to Jamie, or Jamie Dimon's letter to his shareholders, we're going to watch a video. Then we're going to take a look at 6 takeaways from his letter to his shareholders. Then I'm going to show you what Jamie Dimon's actually doing. He's a freaking genius because he's watching this stuff, right? Just like when he told you Bitcoin's a fraud and his company was actually investing in Bitcoin, when he told bankers, you will be fired if I catch you investing or sharing Bitcoin, you will be fired and you're an idiot and you're stupid and it's for nefarious activities. At the same time, his company was buying Bitcoin, okay? And I'm going to show you what they're actually doing, and then I'm going to show you how rapidly people are moving into the crypto space and how crazy April is going to be for crypto. Let's watch this first video.
News right now, JP Morgan Chase's CEO and Chairman Jamie Dimon's annual letter is out literally just moments ago. In the 66-page letter, Dimon is very optimistic, I should say, about the U.S. economy, at least for the next several years. Here's what he's saying. He's saying this boom could easily run into 2023 because of all of the spending that could extend well into 2023. He then goes on to talk about stocks. He says, while equity valuations are...
Okay, well, that's a good pause, actually. It was perfect. So I want to explain to you what he means by that. He's talking about the stimulus money. So that tells you and signals to you that they are going to print into infinity. These guys have the back door and they understand what's going on. They're going to print into infinity. So this is a great signal, Warriors, that we talk about the super cycle, right? I talk about September, October, there's going to be a pullback in crypto. That's why I'm keeping 50% of my crypto long term, because there could be a super cycle based on the printing machine.
Are quite high by almost all measures except interest rates. Historically, a multi-year booming economy could justify their current price. He also goes on to say that QE and deficit spending response to the COVID-19 pandemic is of a completely different magnitude and without some of the offsetting drags that trailed the Great Recession, as he tried to make a differentiation between what's happened now during COVID and what happened back in 2008. Dimon said he sees some froth and speculation in parts of the market, but he didn't specify exactly where. However, he did say, conversely, this boom scenario, it's hard to justify the price of U.S.
He said some froth and speculation in some parts of the market, but he didn't express where. He's not going to tell you what he's doing, but let's break down the 6 takeaways and let me share with you what he's actually doing. And then we'll talk about what's happening in the crypto space and what I also think is going to happen. Whereas there's another key part of this too, where he talks about he is worried about banks. He is literally worried about the banking system, okay? So he is worried about actual commercial banks, but he's already set himself up. The dude's a genius. So 6 to, well, I say that out 2 sides of my ass. Genius in regards to understanding business futuristically. Otherwise, anyways. 6 takeaways from Jamie Dimon letters to shareholders, okay? So the first takeaway, the U.S. economy is ready to take off. The reason why he's saying that is because they're going to print into infinity. Everything I've been saying, he literally is saying in his letter. Capital rules hinder banks' response to the pandemic. Dimon used the shareholder letter Wednesday to question regulatory constraints and large bank capital requirements, okay, that he claimed prevented J.P. Morgan Chase from doing more to support the economy during the darkest days of the pandemic. What he's talking about is they basically are having liquidity issues. Now, remember, put that in your piggy bank here. Liquidity issues. Remember what I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on in the video. Okay, he takes particular focus on U.S. Treasuries market, which has unpinned in March 2020, when investors bracing for long business closures sold their government debt holdings in masses to raise cash. Dimon said the capital requirements put in place after 2008 financial crisis prevented large banks from his absorbing sell-offs of the treasuries because they had to maintain higher amounts of capital reserves against their holdings. Now, this was in March 2020, and they actually were able to tap into more capital reserves recently. So that's tapping into your deposits, okay? Federal regulators in April 2020 temporarily exempted reserved in treasuries from calculations of the bank's so-called supplementary leverage ratio of the SCR, which along with other moves, the Federal Reserve helped balance the market again. So I just said that. So basically what they did is they allowed them to tap into capital reserves. And this is not good for our financial system, but it's going to help things boom. Big tech. So this is really important. Big tech, financial technology, competition is here to stay. Competitions from fintech and big tech companies such as Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, and Walmart are here to stay, and banks must get more aggressive to handle the threat, Dimon said. Okay, so what have I been saying about banks? That's why I'm so bullish on XRP, is banks have to move into financial technology. They have to get money to move faster. They need to be more efficient. They are not going to be able to move by themselves. They are too large to change their infrastructure. The public and private sector have to come together to make this change, or banks will perish. There's another issue. CBDC, central bank digital currencies, move you closer to the central banks. A central bank is very different from a commercial bank. The central banks, right, feed the commercial banks their money. But if the central banks pull us closer to them with the CBDC, a central bank digital currency, and start giving our money on a digital dollar, we're now connected to the central bank, moving us away from the commercial bank. So Jamie Dimon is saying, hey guys, signaling to the banking system, the competition is here to stay. It is moving towards a technical world. And Jerome Powell, your head of your Federal Reserve, said to you that he is worried because we are coming back to a new economy leveraged to technology. They are all telling you where we're heading. They are telling you where to invest your money. They're literally telling you, warriors. Many employees will return to office will return to offices full time. Not every JP owner staffer is coming back to the office. Many employees, okay, so he was saying, I think 10%, yeah, right here, 10% will possibly be working full-time from home for very specific roles. He said, that's a huge percentage of a business. Think about JP Morgan's overall employee base. 10% is a massive portion of a company, right? That is huge savings. But also, think about the investment side. Zoom, fintech, financial technology, phones, transactions. Think about that, warriors, how we interact. Carbon tax would blunt impact on climate change, warriors. Okay, I've been telling you 2050, zero carbon. Okay, so these are some of the key factors. Banks are scared, right? Banks need to move quickly and efficiently towards a quantum financial system or they're going to get crushed. But as he says all this stuff, as he's worried about this stuff, oh, he's all set up. JP Morgan creates digital coin. This is already set up and running, warriors. And he was allowing his commercial clients to transact and move cryptocurrencies. But he has his own infrastructure like an Ethereum-based blockchain. JP Morgan creates digital coin for payments. They literally have their own coin. They're already in the crypto space, Warriors. As he says all this stuff and cries woof, and we're worried about the Google, we're worried about the Facebook, we're worried about this stuff. Literally, Warriors, they have it set up. They have their own blockchain. They can help other companies build and run off the JPM system. They can run off of their digital payment system. Think about that, Warriors. Remember, don't do what they say, do what they do. So JP Morgan, this is a letter that, this is CNN, guys. This is what your parents are watching. CNBC, CNBC. This is what your parents are watching, okay? So now let's watch this video from, this is from CNBC again. CNBC, Warriors. This is what your parents are watching. Predictive programming, okay? Watch this.
Coming from.
Look, really, really consistent and clear trend. Crypto investing is here to stay. There's a phrase I really like that's look into my portfolio and gaze into my soul. And if we look at people's portfolios, what we're seeing, gold products, 20 billion in outflows over the last 2 quarters, crypto products, 7 billion in inflows over the last 2 consecutive quarters. This is a real trend. Capital is floating out of traditional alternatives and diversifiers like gold into Bitcoin. I think Q2, we've just kicked off the quarter, but already the numbers continue to show that trend accelerating.
How do you think about the new products that are coming on the market, ETFs, the companies that are filing for ETFs?
Pause for just a moment. So that's one reason why my exit strategy is going mostly into silver, because I'm using it as utility. Outflows are flowing out of gold into Bitcoin.
Will that dampen volatility in Bitcoin with more and more entry points, more and more on-ramps, so to speak, into the market?
Yeah, it's really been interesting to see, historically the banks shunned us, which is why the crypto ecosystem really developed for its first 5 years outside of the traditional financial system. Now, as we've seen over the last few months, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, you name it, all of the world's largest asset managers and financial institutions are looking to begin offering Bitcoin and crypto investment products to their clients.
Boom! There you go. Jamie Dimon's so worried about his shareholders, but he has his own JPM coin. He has his own blockchain. He's getting his clients to invest in Bitcoin. Don't worry about him. He's okay, sitting in his mansion. It's your turn, Warriors. All right, so let's jump right into it. We're going to go right into XRP, always coming back to XRP. I love XRP, but also, Warriors, if it goes to zero, my portfolio is fine. I have a broad portfolio of fundamental cryptocurrencies that are going to change the world. I'm not foolish. I don't have everything in XRP. I believe in XRP. I love XRP. I'm like a tick on a dog. And I'm thankful that I'm part of the XRP army and ecosystem because it's a great community of people. But I don't go against Bitcoin. I don't go against ADA. I have broad portfolio. I love everybody, but I know a lot about XRP, okay? Solutions for overview here. This is Ripple. This is actually Ripple's PDF solution guide, okay? So one frictionless experience to send money globally across a connected network of financial institutions and payment providers. So the payment networks today, this is what I've been teaching you guys. It's slow. It takes 3 to 5 days. So think about this. As everybody moves into communicating at the speed of light. My daughter communicates on Snapchat now. They're not going to wait for a slow-ass text message, right? Think about that. It's boom, 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 boom. Why the hell would your banks, why would you expect your bank to take 3 to 5 days to wire money? It's expensive to move money. It's unreliable. 4% of payments fail. It's unacceptable. End users demand a seamless experience. The banks are in a really tough position. They are slow, they are archaic, and they're on an old, clunky SWIFT system. We have moved into the Jetson type world and they're operating in the Flintstone type world, straight up, just to put it into real terms, right? Okay, so here's what RippleNet does, and RippleNet runs across the XRP ecosystem, right? So it has speed, consistent on-demand settlements, cost. It's super, super, super cheap, and I'll tell you why that's important. Access, single point access to one global network. One global network. They can run all the CBDCs. All the banks can run off of this. So, certainty, trackable payments with settlement certainty. They have 0 errors. It's unbelievable. So this is the single point access is very, very important. They have an ecosystem where they could connect the whole world's global financial system at one shot. Everything can run across the XRP ledger, Warriors. It is the solve for the world, in my opinion. But there's other cryptos that can do this type of stuff. But XRP has the liquidity. There's a liquidity crisis going on. Now, why is this important? Why is this important, Warriors? Because Banks have a liquidity crisis right now. People are going to be losing their jobs. Deposits are going to go down. People are going to be relying on the government. We're going to be in a debt-based society. People aren't going to be able to pay their debt. So they're going to have to be a customer service type bank and start to feed the living shit out of you. So it's going to be very cheap for them to move the money, but they're going to charge us some money to move it, right? So you're not going to know XRP exists in the background, but banks are going to be like, hey, we're the best in customer service. And the best at marketing is going to be the best to survive. So whoever's the best at marketing and getting customers through the door to use their new efficient payment system, fintech system, they're going to win. Jamie Dimon's way ahead of everybody. Bank of America is doing their thing in the background. They have the most cryptocurrency platins. Wells Fargo spent $5 million on a cryptocurrency exchange. Okay, RippleNet participants, banks, payment providers, platform businesses, corporate treasury, banks and payment providers, and consumers warriors. So I'm just going to leave it right here. I just want you to understand what the news means, right? You hear the news. Well, most people aren't watching that stuff. Let's really look at this really quickly. Let's go back. So 20,000 people have watched that. That's on CNBC. That's a very popular news station, right? 20,000 people watch that out of 7 billion people in the world. 20,000 people. And now you're one of them. This is what I do all day, warriors. I'm not saying I'm right. What I'm telling you is open up your mind and awareness to the possibilities for you as a human being. In our Warrior Academy, what we do is we don't just focus on crypto. We have a 120-day challenge to teach you subconscious mind programming, habit stacking, physical exercise, nutrition to clear your gut and mind so you can make proper decisions in your investments. We show our actual portfolio, not financial advisors, not financial advice, an insane exit strategy, a community, cryptocurrency calls, technical analysis calls, leadership calls, support calls. There is nothing like it in the world. If you actually come into the program and engage yourself, you will do awesome. If you're looking for a magic pill, it's not the right place. If you're looking for a community like the book Think and Grow Rich, a mastermind of over 1,000 warriors supporting each other as we move into this new quantum financial system to become the uncommon 1%, you found the right place. It's not a magic pill. It's not going to solve your problems. It's not going to solve the world's problems. You solve the world's problems by surrounding yourself with the ecosystem, having processes, systems and processes, and educating yourself with a group of people who's going to help you move into the quantum financial system. Like I said, not financial advisors, not financial advice, just a group of people actually practicing what we preach. Everything's down in the description down below. You can join our private Warrior Academy or our free Facebook group. But what you can't do is sit on your ass. Warriors, rise. Let's go.